This is Max and Mia podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Max and Mia podcast. I'm Max.
And I'm Mia. Really glad you're here with us today.
Wherever you are and whatever you're up to, we are so glad you're hanging out with us today.
Absolutely. We've got a great episode lined up, so let's get right into it.
Okay, but before I'd like to take a second to talk about the World Cup because I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh no, here we go.
The U.S. beat Paraguay 4-1. 4 goals. Can you believe that?
I mean, I don't really follow football, so you're going to have to explain to me why that's such a big deal.
Because Paraguay is no joke. That's not an easy win. The team just looked unstoppable.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Were you watching?
Every minute. I was completely glued to the screen.
That tracks. You know, even I could feel the energy online. It was everywhere.
That's the thing about the World Cup. You don't even have to be a fan to get caught up in it.
That's actually true. It kind of pulls everyone in.
Exactly. And if you're a Paraguay fan listening right now, respect. Your team gave everything out there. All right, let's get into today's episode because we've got a lot in store for you.
This is a classic Max and Mia episode, and honestly, these are some of my favorites.
We're going to go through some real everyday conversations, the kind you'll actually come across in real life.
We'll break them down, look at useful vocabulary, and pick up a couple of grammar rules that'll actually stick with you.
Plus a lot more along the way.
This one's especially great if you're at a B1 or B2 level. But whatever your level is, you're going to walk away with something.
So earlier we were talking about the World Cup, right? And, you know, the World Cup is one of those things that's so much better when you share it with people.
Absolutely. Whether it's your friends, your family, whoever, there's something about watching together that just makes it more fun.
Which also means a lot of planning happens. You've got to invite people over, tell them where you live, sort out the time,
and answer about a million questions along the way.
Exactly. So it's actually the perfect moment to brush up on some really useful everyday English. The kind of language you'd use to invite someone, give them directions, confirm a time.
Practical stuff. The kind of thing you'll use way beyond the World Cup.
So let's get into it. In our first conversation, we're going to hear from Lucas, who's making plans with Catherine for Friday night. Let's listen.
Hey, Catherine. So are you still coming over on Friday?
Yes, definitely. I wouldn't miss it. What time are you thinking?
The game kicks off at 7, so try to get here by 6:30. That way we can grab some food before it starts.
Perfect. Actually, can you send me your address? I don't think I've been to your new place yet.
Oh, right, of course. So you know the Central Park area, right? Near the big shopping mall on 5th Avenue?
Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Okay, so from there, head down 5th Avenue going south. You'll pass a pharmacy and then a coffee shop called Bravo on your left. Keep going straight and take the first right after the traffic lights. That's Maple Street.
Got it. First right after the lights.
Exactly. Go down Maple Street, and my building is about halfway down on the right side. It's a red brick building. You can't miss it. Number 42.
42 Maple Street. And is there parking around there?
There's street parking on Maple Street itself, but it fills up pretty fast on weekends. There's also a parking lot 1 block over on Pine Street if you can't find anything.
Good to know. I'll leave a bit earlier just in case. Oh, should I bring anything?
Don't worry about it. I've got food and drinks covered. Maybe just bring yourself and good energy.
I can do that. Who else is coming?
A few people from work and my neighbor Jake. It's not a huge crowd, maybe 6 or 7 people. Pretty low-key.
Nice. That sounds fun. Is it okay if I bring my friend Diana? She's really into football and she doesn't have anywhere to watch the game.
Of course, the more the merrier. Just let me know so I can sort out enough seats.
Will do. I'll text you later today to confirm. Oh, one more thing. Is your apartment easy to find once I'm in the building?
Yeah, don't worry. It's apartment 3 on the second floor. You'll see the elevator right when you walk in. Take it up and turn left. My door has a little plant outside. You'll know it's mine.
A plant. Got it. Okay, I think I've got everything. See you Friday.
Looking forward to it, and tell Diana she's more than welcome.
Will do. See you then.
Okay, I really liked that one. Lucas and Catherine sound like actual people having an actual conversation.
Right? And there's a lot to unpack there. Let's start with how Lucas gives directions, because he does something really smart.
He uses landmarks.
Exactly. He doesn't just say, turn right on Maple Street. He says, you'll pass a pharmacy and then a coffee shop on your left. That's how people actually give directions in real life. They anchor everything to something you can see.
And he uses a great phrase when he says, you can't miss it. That's something you'll hear all the time when someone's describing a place that's easy to spot.
Super common. File that one away.
Now let's talk about the more the merrier, because I love that one.
Classic idiom. When Catherine asks if she can bring Diana, Lucas doesn't just say, sure. He says, the more the merrier, which means the bigger the group, the better. It's warm, it's welcoming, and it sounds completely natural.
And notice how Catherine responds when Lucas gives her instructions. She repeats key information back. First right after the lights, 42 Maple Street. That's actually a really useful communication habit, not just in English, but in any language.
It shows you're following along and it helps avoid misunderstandings. Really practical.
Another thing I want to highlight is, I've got it covered. Lucas uses it when Catherine asks if she should bring something. Instead of saying, no, I already have everything, he just says, I've got food and drinks covered. Short, natural, confident.
And then there's will do. Catherine says it twice. It's one of those phrases that's so simple but so useful. It just means I'll do that, or sure, I'll take care of it. Very casual, very native.
And pretty low-key. Lucas uses it to describe the gathering. Low-key basically means relaxed, nothing too big or intense. It's a really common expression, especially in informal settings.
Great conversation overall. Lots of real usable language in there.
Definitely one to re-listen to.
All right, moving on. Because now we want to talk about something that a lot of learners find confusing at first.
Have you ever listened to a native speaker and felt like they were skipping words? Like something was missing, but the sentence still made perfect sense?
That's not your ears playing tricks on you. That's ellipsis. And it's everywhere in spoken English.
Native speakers drop words all the time in casual conversation, not because they're being lazy, but because the meaning is already clear from the context. It's actually a completely normal and grammatically valid thing to do.
Think about it. If someone offers you a coffee, they're not going to say, do you want a coffee, every single time. More often than not, you'll just hear, want a coffee.
Or when someone's in a rush, instead of, I have got to go, they'll say, got to go. Same meaning, fewer words.
And is everything okay becomes just everything okay? It sounds completely natural in the right context.
Once you start noticing it, you'll hear it everywhere. And more importantly, you'll start feeling more confident using it yourself.
So let's hear it in action. In our next conversation, we've got Wendy and Ron. Listen closely and see how many words you catch them leaving out. Ready?
Hey, ready for tonight?
Almost. Still need to grab a few things. You heading over early?
Probably around 6. Want me to pick you up on the way?
That'd be great, actually. Saves me the trouble of finding parking.
Cool. Oh, and did you eat? I'm thinking we should stop somewhere before the game.
Not yet. Starving, honestly.
Same. Know any good spots near Jake's place?
There's that burger place on 3rd. Never been, but heard it's decent.
Works for me. Should we call ahead, just in case?
Probably a good idea. Friday nights get pretty packed around there.
I'll handle it. How many of us?
Just us two for now, unless Sarah's joining?
She said maybe. Still waiting to hear back from her.
All right, I'll tell them 2, but mention we might be 3.
Perfect. Oh, one more thing. Supposed to bring drinks tonight?
Jake said not to worry about it, but I grabbed a 6-pack anyway. Just feels weird showing up empty-handed.
Good call. I'm bringing some snacks too. Figured couldn't hurt.
Honestly, more the better. You know how it gets during a game. Everyone's too into it to actually get up and do anything.
True. Okay, so I'll swing by yours around 5:45. That give you enough time?
Should do. Yeah, just need to jump in the shower and I'm good.
Don't take forever.
Never do. Hey, you think the U.S. is going to pull it off again tonight?
Honestly, no idea, but feels like anything could happen at this point in the tournament.
Yeah, the whole thing's been kind of unpredictable. Can't really call it.
Which is what makes it fun, right?
Exactly. All right, see you in a bit.
See you soon. Don't forget your keys this time.
That was one time, Wendy.
See you at 5:45.
Okay, did you catch it? Because that conversation was full of ellipsis.
Almost every other line. Let's break some of them down.
Right at the start, Wendy says, "Ready for tonight?" Not, "Are you ready for tonight?" The "are you" is just gone. But it's completely clear from context.
And Ron follows with, still need to grab a few things. No I at the beginning. In casual spoken English, dropping that subject pronoun is totally natural when it's obvious who you're talking about.
It keeps the conversation fast and natural. If Ron had said, "I have not eaten yet. I am starving, honestly," it would have sounded almost robotic.
And one of my favorites in that conversation was, not yet. Starving, honestly. Ron skips I'm completely. 2 words, total meaning. That's ellipsis working at its best.
Now let's look at a couple of other things worth noting. Ron says, "Just feels weird showing up empty-handed." No it at the front. And Wendy follows with, "Figured it couldn't hurt," dropping the subject again.
Exactly. And it's not just about being casual. It's about sounding like you belong in the conversation.
And empty-handed is a great expression, by the way. It means arriving without bringing anything. Really common in social situations.
These patterns repeat constantly in real spoken English. Once you start hearing them, you won't be able to unhear them.
Great conversation. Lots to take away from that one.
Okay, so now we're moving into something that might sound a little intimidating at first.
The subjunctive mood, specifically what's called the mandative subjunctive.
Now before you switch off, hear us out. Because this is actually simpler than it sounds. And once you get it, you'll start noticing it everywhere.
Here's the idea. In English, when you make a strong recommendation, a suggestion, or give a formal instruction, the verb that follows doesn't change. It stays in its base form, no matter who you're talking about.
So instead of saying, "I recommend that he leaves now," you say, "I recommend that he leave now." No S on the end, even though it's third person.
And that's the key thing. In normal English, we'd say he leaves. But in the mandative subjunctive, it's just leave. Base form, every time.
It comes up a lot in professional settings, formal writing, strong advice. And once you know the rule, it's actually very consistent. There are no exceptions to trip you up.
So let's hear it in a real conversation. Our last one today features Brian and his colleague Natalie. Listen for those subjunctive structures and see if you can spot them. Ready?
Let's do it.
Hi, Brian. Do you have a second? I wanted to talk to you about the Henderson presentation.
Of course. What's up?
I reviewed your draft this morning, and honestly, it's strong. But I think there are a few things worth addressing before you send it to the client.
Sure. I'm open to feedback. What stood out to you?
The structure is good, but the opening section feels a bit rushed. I'd suggest that you expand it a little. Give the client more context before you get into the numbers.
That makes sense. I was trying to keep it tight, but maybe I cut too much.
It's a fine line. Also, I strongly recommend that the proposal include a clear timeline. Right now, it jumps straight to pricing, and the client might feel like something's missing.
Yeah, you're right. I'll add a breakdown of the phases.
Good. And one more thing. Tom mentioned the client is quite particular about formatting. I'd insist that every section have a clear heading. Makes it easier to navigate.
Noted. I'll go through the whole thing and clean it up.
And about the pricing page, I really think it's important that the numbers be presented in a table rather than a paragraph. It's just much cleaner.
Agreed. I actually had a table in an earlier version, but I pulled it out. I'll put it back.
Perfect. The overall message is solid, Brian. It just needs a bit more polish before it goes out.
Appreciate it. When do you need the revised version?
The client meeting is Thursday, so I'd recommend that you have it ready by Wednesday morning at the latest. That gives us time to review it together.
Wednesday morning. Got it. I'll get on it this afternoon.
Great. And if anything comes up or you're unsure about something, just flag it. Better to ask than to send something out that isn't quite right.
Will do. Thanks, Natalie. This was really helpful.
Anytime. Good luck with it.
Okay, so how many did you catch?
There were quite a few in there, and they all felt completely natural, which is the point.
Let's look at the clearest ones. Natalie says, I'd suggest that you expand it, not expands. Base form. That's the mandative subjunctive doing its job.
Then she says, I strongly recommend that the proposal include a clear timeline. Not includes. Again, base form after recommend that.
And I'd insist that every section have a clear heading, not has. Same rule, same pattern.
Once you see it, it really is consistent. The structure is always the same. Verb of recommendation or suggestion, that. And then the base form regardless of the subject.
The other one worth flagging is it's important that the numbers be presented, not are presented. Be in the subjunctive.
That one surprises people, but it follows the exact same logic. Base form every time.
And outside of the grammar, there's a lot of great professional vocabulary in there too. I'm open to feedback. It's a fine line. Flag it. A bit more polish. Really useful stuff for a work setting.
Definitely a conversation worth coming back to.
All right, before we wrap up, let's do a quick run through everything we covered today, because there was quite a bit.
There really was. So, we started with Lucas and Catherine, and that conversation was all about the language of making plans. Giving directions, using landmarks, confirming times, asking what to bring.
And we picked up some really solid expressions from that one. You can't miss it. The more the merrier. I've got it covered. Will do. Pretty low key. All of them natural. All of them useful.
Then we moved into Ellipsis with Wendy and Ron. And the big takeaway there is that native speakers regularly drop words at the start of sentences. And that's not a mistake. It's just how spoken English works.
Subject pronouns, auxiliary verbs, they disappear all the time in casual conversation. Ready? Instead of, are you ready? Starving. Instead of, I'm starving. Once you know what's happening, it stops feeling confusing and starts feeling natural.
And then Brian and Natalie gave us the mandative subjunctive. which sounds intimidating but really comes down to one simple rule.
After verbs like recommend, suggest, insist, and phrases like it's important, the verb that follows stays in its base form. No conjugation, no exceptions. I recommend that he leave. It's important that she be there. Clean and consistent.
3 very different topics, but they all connect to the same goal. Sounding more natural, more confident, and more prepared in real English situations.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We covered a lot of ground.
We really did. Everyday conversations, directions, plans, ellipsis, the mandative subjunctive.
All wrapped up in situations you could actually find yourself in. That's kind of the whole point.
If you want to get more out of this episode, go back and re-listen to the conversations. Now that you know what to look for, you'll pick up on a lot more.
And if you've been enjoying the podcast, share it with someone who's learning English. Word of mouth means the world to us.
It really does. Thanks for spending this time with us.
Take care, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye. To keep taking your English to the next level, click on the next video or explore the others we've made for you.